You're about to watch a video that's an excerpt of one of my online courses, free sample if you will. If you enjoy it, please get in touch, dan@brojo.org, and let me know what you think. Now, it's tricky to make a course like this because I know you guys just want quick fix solutions. You want something that's easy and comfortable that will suddenly take away all your negative thinking. And unfortunately, the true cure, I guess, to repeated negative thinking is a long, in-depth process. But there's also some quick tricks you can use to help relieve the pressure a little bit while you're doing this course. So one is to balance on one leg, or if you've got one of those balancing boards that surfers and skateboarders use to practice, something like that. Anything that requires your full attention to stay upright. You're kind of stealing your attention away from thinking and putting it into your balance. This is really good for people who dissociate. Another one is an ice water cold shower or bath, or a face plunge into a bowl of iced water. Again, the cold is so captivating that it's really hard to focus on your thinking. It's designed to kind of break the cycle. So any kind of intense physical thing that requires you to really pay attention to what you're doing physically, either because of the sensations or the difficulty of the task, usually steals your attention away from the thoughts. A mindfulness full body scan. So you start with focusing on your breathing. You don't need to do anything particularly special with your breathing. Just notice it going in and out of your nose or the rise and fall of your chest, probably with your eyes closed is best. And then just sort of like you're scanning your whole body 1 centimeter at a time. You might start from your toes and come up, or the top of your head and go down. And just with your mind's eye, investigate every part of your body. How do your toes feel? How cold are your calf muscles? Are your knees sore? Kind of going up and just feeling every part of your body individually. You can also do this with thoughts and emotions. Try to capture the thoughts and emotions. Where are they located in the body? What are they doing? Where are they traveling from and to? You can do this with emotions. You might be sitting there thinking, God, I'm so angry. Where is the anger? What is the anger? Go find it in the body. Is it a heat? Is it a tension? Some parts of your body feeling and other parts feeling something else? Just scanning and looking for the thing without acting on it. And of course, a simpler version is just to do mindfulness breathing. You just lie or sit in a comfortable position with your eyes closed and just focus on your breathing, in and out, whatever sensation you notice. Now, of course, you're going to regularly be distracted and carried away by thoughts. That's fine. You can't stop that from happening. But the key is to just keep noticing when that happens and come back to investigating the breathing. So you're sort of going to go back and forth between focused on the breathing and distracted by thoughts. This is also a great training exercise that I recommend all of you do throughout this course to help practice letting go of a thought once you're attached to it. Right, that's going to be one of the main things that we focus on throughout this course is not so much stopping the thoughts from happening, but detaching from them. And one of the simplest ways to detach from a thought is to find something else to focus on. Another technique is to simply give yourself a real problem to solve. A lot of automatic negative thoughts are about things you can do nothing about, powerless things that you can't control. And so you just sit there ruminating and dwelling on these things when you could actually find something to do. What you want is something particularly tricky but doable, something that you will solve, but it really takes a lot of brain power and attention. Playing a game of chess, for example, building a bookshelf, trying out a new exercise routine, anything sort of new or difficult or complex is a great way to kind of redirect that focus where you can't have both the thoughts and the focus at the same time. It also gives you the sense of actually having power over something, doing something productive, actually making an impact. One of the downsides and more painful elements of negative thoughts is you're often flogged with the fact that you can't do anything about it. If, for example, you're ruminating on how your ex-girlfriend doesn't love you anymore, there's no problem to be solved. You can't do anything with that information. Whereas if you pull out a Sudoku puzzle, you might actually be able to solve it. One of my favorites, a little controversial, is just the stop it technique. I do this physically. I give myself a little gentle slap on the cheek, like, stop it. Or you can get a rubber band around your wrist maybe and you ping it on your wrist, get that snapping sting. It won't ever do long-term damage to you or anything. But it's something where if you're really deep in your thoughts, You just kind of wake up to the fact that you don't have to be doing this, and you just give yourself a little reset. Now, this isn't necessarily going to be a cure to negative thinking or anything like that, but it's just to show yourself that you are dwelling, you are attaching, and you can snap out of it if you need to. It's also showing yourself that just because the thought captured your attention doesn't mean it gets to hold your attention. Remember, that's going to be a key thing throughout the course as well. You have to show yourself that even when the thought wins the battle, it doesn't mean the war is over. And with any of these techniques, the key is to do them as often as needed. Sometimes on really bad days, you might need to do this multiple times per minute. You might need to do a range of these tasks for an hour just to kind of get back to normal. That's fine. You do it as often as you need to. I mean, you're putting your face in ice water doesn't mean that your negative thoughts for the day are all gone. You might have to come back and do it again in an hour because you notice yourself ruminating. Or you might need to follow it up with a few little slaps. Or you might need to go find something difficult to do. So it's not so much that you got this one and done technique, but that you repeat them as many times as you need to. Because winning this war is about having the patience to fight every battle.